Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions. I am your host, Chuck. I'm going to have my lovely co-host, Randy, Johnny Randy Randolph.
What's up, Geek Beast? And I am the lovely co-host, Chuck. What are we talking about tonight, bro?
Oh man, we got news to make up for because we kind of took a hiatus on Friday happy hour last week, all because of me. But first things first, D&D streaming TV channel in the works will include classic cartoons, and the actual play of D&D. So Thursday details E1 Entertainment. E1 Entertainment is bringing it too. That's even more shocking. E1 Entertainment is bringing 3 all-new unscripted series that will premiere this summer. The as yet unnamed channel will be supplemented by reruns of classic D&D animated series from the 1980s. The big winners has appeared to be fans of Encounter Party, a long-running D&D actual play podcast and co-founded by Brian David Jenkins and Ned Donovan, which will be headlining the channel. Faster Purple Worm Kill is described as an improv comedy spin on classic D&D gameplay. It is essentially a comedic take on the funnel concept where underpowered characters are put through a meat grinder and killed off in hilarious ways. Okay. So it's like, whose line is it anyway?
I hear that. The thing is, everybody wants to be a streamer until it's stream content, until it's time to stream content. We're seeing all these major streamers run into trouble with their streaming services. So I don't understand how this channel is going to be any different than any of the other ones.
Yeah, that is true. It gets harder.
Is it going to be subscription based, or are they going to give it away like Tubi? So why? I don't know. Why do I need? I already got Disney Plus, I got Apple TV, Netflix, HBO Max. Why do I need another streaming service?
Well, it's free. It's free.
It's free. Totally okay, free. So it's free.
It's free. Hasbro is launching it. It's a free ad-supported streaming television channel full of new and classic Dungeons & Dragons programming.
Okay, I mean, hey, I have so much content out there. I cannot watch everything that I even want to. I don't know that I need another streaming service.
Well, that's true. It'll be on replay for you. But what if they get something like Critical Role to come onto it?
I could say that. If it matches The Legend of Vox Machina, I would watch it. And I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying I don't know. It seems like
they wouldn't get the cartoons. They'll just get the playing D&D on the network.
Like, I already couldn't keep up with all of them. Critical Role has been out there for several years. Got 100-something episodes.
That's why
I enjoy them. I enjoy them. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy them, but I ain't even got time to watch all of them. I just wonder, we're in a very crowded market for streaming services.
Yes.
What do they offer me differently that I can't get from all of the other services?
D&D nonstop, 24 hours a day. Magic the Gathering tournaments, Pokemon tournaments. They could come up 1,000 ways to do role-playing games. They could have a LARPing game, LARPing competitions, like the best LARPer ever, and put them through like road rules challenges.
Hey, I'm all for publishing good content. If they can publish good content, I will. I
want to see a bunch of weebs out there throwing fireballs at each other, saying lightning strike. That's 5 points. That's 5 points off of you. My lightning strike is 2.5 points. That's 5 points.
Did you ever watch the 80s Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, I did.
I used to love it.
I used to love it too.
It was horrible, but I used to love it, man.
Yep. Dragon's Lair. It's going to be very interesting. The third one is called a cooking show based on New York Times best-selling cookbooks, Heroes Feast. So they have a cooking show on there.
Okay.
They're copying our style. We should sue
I was about to say, that sounds like
Pots and Pan Greekery.
Yeah, Pots and Pan Greekery.
Yep. They're biting our style.
Put out the cease and desist, Rodney and Chuck. Put out the
No,
cease
we're
and
gonna
desist.
put it out there. In more role playing news, Elden Ring won a Nebula Award, the third for George R.R. Martin. 2023 Nebula Awards for best writing in a video game. Elden Ring's Nebula Award goes to Hidetaki Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin, who contributed to the writings of the game and overall story. This is the first Nebula Award for Miyazaki and From Software, and the third for Martin, though he has 14 nominations. That's crazy. Between his novels, his short stories, and his novellas across his entire career.
And y'all mean to tell me he couldn't have finished out them novels? He don't want to.
Well, he has it done for the most part. He just
whatever, man. But congratulations.
Ain't happy with it.
But congratulations to him. Good for him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Elden Ring, there's something new for him. So that probably was the lure of Elden Ring versus the novels he's been working on forever, his fan novels.
Yeah.
To get into script writing.
Yeah.
And if you ever play Elden Ring, it's really interesting, right? I don't understand the story, nor do I understand that game. The game's like 140 something bosses, 180 something bosses, some ridiculous number of bosses. And you walk around the world killing up bosses.
What was the appeal for the writing? Was it just the game that he wanted for?
Because he's writing the lore of the whole entire game world.
Okay.
Like, why is it there? What's going on there? Who are all these bosses that live there? What's their backstories? Why they function and act the way they do? Why they look the way they look?
Okay.
You know, it's like a purgatory for soldiers and warriors, and they go there and kill up each other.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Good for Mr. Martin. I wonder his was it Teledragons? What's the series, the new series on HBO Max?
House of the Dragons?
House of the Dragons, yeah.
You should Teledragon. You know, I already forgot it already. Dang.
I wonder how that impacts that.
That he won a Nebula?
Or just the time that he's taken away to do that, how that impacts his overall writing schedule.
I mean,
or is he even involved with House
he has
of
a
Dragons?
He's involved, but he has a team of people. And my friend T. Michael is his voice for the series. Like she knows more about his books than he does. She's like the encyclopedia of all his books.
Okay.
So she told me, she's like, yeah, he relinquished all the control. Like people say, if you have any questions about the anything to do with Game of Thrones and the was it Fire and Ice?
Songs of Fire and Ice.
Songs of Fire and Ice. You talk to T.
Okay.
She knows more about my world than I do.
Okay.
So she's there. She's his voice while he sits in Arizona, New Mexico, and does his thing. He flies her to London, and she stays in London with the cast. When they ask questions, they ask her.
Yeah, man. So
then she's in the writing room.
Yeah, because he's been famous for a long time.
Yeah,
but
man.
Game of Thrones took him to a different stratosphere. And you know, all the stuff he's probably getting more credit for now than he didn't get back in the days.
Yep. The next story is more role-playing news. Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings MMO, massive multiplayer online game. Woo! Again.
Didn't we talk about this previously? I thought we talked about this several months ago. The Amazon was coming out with a Lord of the Rings based game.
Yes, but not this game though. That's another game
coming out. Okay, because didn't they buy a lot of the rights to the?
They bought all the rights. All the rights. They're trying to buy Peter Jackson's movie rights to remake those movies one more time.
Oh God, please don't let us remake Lord. Not saying that they were bad. Not saying
I think they're going to make it into a TV series.
Yeah, I just don't need to have those remade. They were good for what they were. And I don't need them doing the whole Harry Potter treatment where they're going to take the old novels and remake them into television series.
It makes sense. I have a coworker who's a diehard Harry Potter fan, and she broke it down to me like all the stuff they missed out in the books they could have talked about.
No, they don't need to.
But for people that never seen it and people that love that, they want to see it in a TV show.
And I saw it all, but like the thing is, I just wonder, is it going to make it better?
Yes.
If it's not going to make it better, then don't do it.
It will make it better.
I don't know.
Like them going through the village, him interrupting with the snake. There's a lot of backstories they could have gotten.
There's lots of stuff that was left out the books, but we don't need everything that's left out of a book to be into.
But that's what people want. They want to see all of it.
In
a TV show.
Because I actually thought, and we're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
and we don't need to. So we'll come back. We'll talk about.
Yes. Well, this MMO. Amazon's taking another stab at making a massively multiplayer Lord of the Rings game. Today, the company announced that it's partnering with the Embracer Group, of course, the media company that holds the IP rights for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, for a new open world MMO that takes place in a persistent world set in Middle Earth, led by Amazon Orange County Studio, the same team behind the MMO New World, which launched in 2021. This will be the company's second attempt at the Lord of the Rings MMO. The first was announced in 2019 and was canceled 2 years later. So making games is hard.
Yeah.
Making games is hard. It's probably the hardest medium to make in the whole entire world. There's so much to go into it. And the fact that they're going to try it again and try it as a massively multiplayer online world when we have two outstanding Lord of the Ring games out there.
Which one are those?
The Shadows of Mordor games, where when you fight a general, if he beats you, he becomes more powerful and becomes a nemesis to you. And if you beat him, other generals, if one of his minions get away, they can join other generals and they can prepare to fight you. They call it the nemesis system. Warner Brothers actually patented it. It's really foolish. But the game is really, really good. So you can go anywhere.
Are you saying that you don't feel like Amazon should jump into creating another game for Lord of the Rings?
I mean, they didn't complete the first one. They probably spent like $100 million and realized it was getting no progress. And the fact they're going to try to do it again with the same team is interesting.
Interesting in a bad way, like they shouldn't be doing it, or interesting like
in a bad way, But Amazon was not prepared for games when they jumped into games. They bought a couple of studios and ran them into the ground because they try to bring gaming companies into their current culture, and it's not a good fit.
Right? It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do for like television and movies. It's probably even harder for games, right?
Yes. It's like if Chase decided to make a game company,
right?
And they said game company, you can't make games the way you're supposed to.
You're gonna do it our way.
Our culture.
You're gonna do it our way. Use our systems and our platforms and adhere to our culture. They were like, what? Like, bank company, don't tell us how to be creative. Yeah.
This is the kiss of death. The story I'm about to give you is about Amazon too. Amazon's biggest TV shows could soon land on other streaming services.
Like what? For example,
Amazon has plans to sell some of its original Prime Video content to other streaming platforms. The company announced that it's forming Amazon MGM Studios distribution to handle the placement of its shows and movies on outside services, including The Marvelous Miss Maisel, Hunters, All the Old Knives, and more.
So is Prime trying to get out of the content creation business?
I wonder, or they realize not enough people are watching it.
Not enough people are watching it for what they're putting in. And like we just said, right, it's hard to go from being a delivery service to a content creation service, right? It's hard with television, animation, and now they're trying to do it in video games as well. Or maybe they're just figuring like,
because I can see Lord of Vox Machina going to Netflix.
Oh yeah, easily.
You know,
or Apple TV, but
they're having a hard time the way I hear it.
But all of them are having a hard time because they keep
all
trying
but
to.
one.
Well, they made it. Netflix made it.
Yeah,
Netflix
all
made
but
it.
one.
They literally made the model that everybody else is trying to emulate.
What happens if we see them all crash and burn and they get Netflix?
I actually don't want that. I don't want that.
I don't want that neither because Netflix like, yep, service is $50.
Right. And while Netflix is going up exponentially, and while I don't appreciate them going up, I don't still think Netflix is like, that's too much for me to pay. I'm not gonna say what's my price point that I would be like, you know what, I'm dropping Netflix, but yeah. I haven't reached it yet. If all the other streaming services fail, Netflix got to do a victory lap and be like, yeah, bitches, $100 a month.
It's interesting. When I was at Netflix thought the breaking point was $15. They thought it was $15. If we go past $15, people are going to.
Isn't that about what it is now?
It is. That's
okay.
That was the goal that when I was there. They wanted to get 250 million people at $15.
For the amount of content that I get on Netflix, $15 a month is actually a bargain.
Yeah. I mean, I watch it more than any other streaming service.
That's what I'm saying. Even if I didn't have other streaming services, there's enough content on there. So I try to think about I'm old, so I think of it as in if I used to rent DVDs, right? 3 DVDs in a week is more than is the Netflix is what
monthly subscription.
It's a monthly subscription, right? So if I got 3 DVDs. But would I pay about $15, right? $15 at Netflix, I have damn near limitless content.
Yep. Check this out. At $15, that's only half a Blu-ray.
Exactly.
It's half a Blu-ray.
Half a Blu-ray.
That is one DVD.
Right.
And I'm willing to pay more to give writers more. If it goes to the writers, it goes to the talent, it goes to the cast and the crews.
Yeah, and the content So I'm not going to say what my price point is, but right now it's still a lot of room to grow that I wouldn't cancel Netflix.
I would cut other services to keep Netflix.
I would cut other services, yeah. I would do that, but yeah. For Netflix, yeah. So yeah.
Because I was going through Prime the other day when I was in Kentucky, and I was just going through Prime and like, wow. Y'all are barren. They have some really cool content. Don't get me wrong. They have a lot of really cool content on Prime.
The thing about Prime is I don't buy Prime Video for Prime Video.
No. You buy Prime because you get next day shipping.
Exactly. Right. So if I had to pay an extra thing, I might be like, well, do I really need this? But since if I get Amazon Prime and I get free shipping and taxes and discounts and deals, and they give me a video service with it, I'm like, hey, let's keep it going.
Yeah. So I think Prime probably realizes that people are not coming in for the video service at all.
Right. It's not the main
attraction because they added the video service.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I would maintain Amazon Prime even if they didn't offer the video services for how much I get off of shipping and discounts and things like that, next day delivery and all those things. So it's a bonus.
Yeah. Speaking of a bonus, Sesame Street brought a brand new character in. Sesame Street has introduced its first ever Filipino-American Muppet, TJ, the first Asian American character to join the show since Ji Young, an Asian American Muppet who was introduced in 2021 Thanksgiving special.
Nice.
TJ debuted in a video on Sunday in which he learned the meaning of the word confidence alongside actor Kal Penn, Sesame Street veteran Grover, and Ji Young. I said they put all the Asian characters together. Like, hey, let's get all the Asian characters together.
Grover isn't Asian.
Grover's the only one that wasn't. Kal Penn is what? He's Indian, South Asian.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's Indian, he's South Asian. I was like, dang, let's put all the Asians together. But I'm glad they have I'm glad they introduced TJ.
I am
Congratulations
too.
to the Muppet Show for being more diverse. You know?
Oh, they got a. That's what you call it. Okay.
That's Cal Penn.
Yeah, that's Cal Penn. Okay.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So Ji Young, look at her. She's like, I'm here. And I'm with the other Asian guy. Where's Big Bird at? Two races to be out there. Is that what we saying? Grover's the only one that's going to show diversity. Come on, Sesame Street. Come on.
Do better.
Do better.
Lord, I don't think that's the case, man.
You know? Rodney, what do you think of TJ?
Lord.
He's the
I think it's cool.
Filipino.
I think it's really cool.
I think it's cool too.
I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should his hobbies be, Rodney? What should his hobbies be?
He's gonna be a gamer, man.
He's gonna be a gamer.
Filipino-American.
He's gonna be a gamer, graffiti writer.
He's be a good dancer.
Very good dancer.
Lord.
And
Hip-hop
DJ. And DJ. And DJ. Filipinos got, they say hip hop has 4 elements. Filipino got 3 of those on lockdown.
What? Graffiti, breakdancing, DJing,
MCing? Yes. MCing, they're okay. They haven't caught up in MCing.
I just said the 4 of them.
Yeah, Black people have that one on lockdown. That's the only one we got on lockdown.
Pretty dope.
What's up?
Ruby Bar is pretty dope.
Yeah. There's a couple of them that are really, really dope. There's a couple of them that are really, really dope.
Yeah, but I think this is cool all the way around. But I'm glad it's. I mean, anything.
Yeah.
That, Filipino-American that hits.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Ji Young was there performing when they introduced TJ. So that was awesome.
They need to give him a family. Is TJ, how old is he?
TJ's the girl.
TJ's the girl? Okay.
Yeah.
How old is she?
I mean TJ's the boy. Ji Young is the girl. TJ, they didn't say how old he was.
I feel like they need a family.
Sesame Street doesn't have a family. They're all family, like Fast and the Furious. So they're all family. Grover, Big Bird, all of our family, dog.
I just, I don't know. I wish TJ had a family, We get a whole Filipino family.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
They go to the house and get adobo chicken and lumpias.
All those things. We could learn more about Filipino culture, Kids can learn more about
That's what
Filipino
Sesame Street was there for. It was first to educate black kids.
Inner city kids.
Kids.
That's what it was created for.
But it became a way to actually teach kids that are not from the inner city about inner city life.
Yeah.
The Fox says TJ is such a Filipino name. It's so true.
It is a very Filipino name.
I know so many CJs and
TJs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'd like to meet TJ's brothers and sisters, his mom and dad.
I think it's gonna be real cool. I think just more, more representation like that.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely. Exactly. Yep.
It's all good, man.
Yep. Nobody has families on Sesame Street, man.
They could.
They don't have.
I was looking at Reddit and everybody's like, wait. I was looking at Reddit and they were talking about. They're like, wait, there's races of the Muppets, like, and then everybody's like, well, count. It's like
Dracula.
Dracula is like,
but he's a pimp.
He's a black
pimp. He's a pimp. 1, 2.
Yeah.
So I think it's just all the way around. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. But all the Muppets are basically a bunch of orphans. They're all orphans. None of them have parents. They're either adults or they're orphans.
It's about to be cool.
It would be cool.
Family.
Now to next business, we're gonna go all over. Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition approved by EU regulators.
We knew that was
about waxing them pockets.
Yeah, that's all it was.
They're
Microsoft
the ones like, we ain't gonna let this go through.
Right.
It went through.
Well, we talked about this one like 3 weeks ago. Where it's like, this just a hold up. They gotta pay the right kind of people. That's
literally.
Yeah,
the right pockets, and they're like,
it.
okay, we're gonna pass it.
Well, it's not. Because I think we were talking about it. We said, since when do a bunch of old politicians care that much about video games?
They don't.
They don't.
They don't care about that much about business.
Exactly. And they don't know anything about the video gaming industry, how it works or anything like that. But now they're taking all this interest to stop a merger. Nah, they just got to pay the right people.
Yep. So Microsoft's $68.7 billion deal to acquire Activision Blizzard has been approved by the EU regulators just weeks after UK regulators blocked the acquisition. The European Commission has concluded that the deal can pass thanks to commitments from Microsoft related to cloud gaming.
Some EU politician gonna be pulling up in like a Maybach or something.
They're getting a Clarence Thomas treatment.
Mom's gonna be in a new house and
Mom's gonna be in a new house.
Yeah. Go see him in a new mansion.
It's like, interesting because this helps basically set the stage for it getting passed here too, right? Because they can just point to the EU.
I think this was the holdup. Like it was fine, it was passed here, but part of the holdup was this thing that they were having with the EU.
But what comes out of it? The European Commission has identified remedies to allow the deal to go through. A 10-year licensing deal with Microsoft has offered to competitors. These include a free license to consumers in EU countries that would allow them to stream via any cloud gaming streaming services of their choice, all current and future Activision Blizzard PC and console games that they have a license for. Cloud providers will also be offered a free license to stream these games in EU markets.
Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
There's
gonna be one streaming platform is gonna be Game Pass.
So blah blah. Yeah.
Microsoft is gonna be the only company with the infrastructure strong enough to do it. Google folded. Amazon has Luna, but nobody plays it. And I'm surprised Steam hasn't announced a cloud-based platform system.
Microsoft probably shut that down with this deal.
Probably did. Like, nah, we're the only infrastructure out here.
So yeah, I mean, we all knew this was going to go through. They weren't going to stop a $68 billion merger. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. With that said, Randy, we're done for the day. Anything you gonna share with the peoples?
I don't. Got nothing to say, man.
Okay. Thank you. Shout outs to Rodney for being a great technical producer and our resident expert on Filipino cultures and Filipinos in the Sesame Street world. Shouts out to Defunct for curating all our stories, who's our resident expert on Filipino writing, since he writes all our stories and is Filipino. And shout out to Digital Click for keeping us here, who's partially owned by a Filipino, half owned co-founder. So it'd be nice to have a Filipino family on a Sesame Street.
I think
it'd be nice to see. With that being said, we conclude our show for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Share us across all your social medias. Like us, hit the like button, and subscribe, of course. And tell all your friends to hit the like button and subscribe too. This is great content we're making over here. With that being said, peace.
Peace.